Hello everyone, welcome to yet another live general knowledge session from THiNC Institute of Design. So in today's session, we'll be going through some of the most commonly asked general awareness questions from various loads of the NATA exam, which has already been conducted. So by analyzing these questions, you'll get a bit clear idea regarding which all areas to focus for your upcoming examination. So we have taken around some of the questions we have collected from the students. So we have taken and we have created a discussion session. Okay. All right. So without further delay, let's get started. All right, moving on to the first question. In this odd one out, we have to pick the odd one out. So here you can see that four important leaders are given. Okay, political leaders are given. So you have to pick the odd one out. Okay, so this is also a very tricky question because all of them are related with some sort of the heads of the states. Okay, all right. So by let's have a closer look at each of the options and let's understand how we have to actually pick the odd one out. Okay, so first one is Draupadi Murmu. We all might be knowing who's Draupadi Murmu. So she's the president of India, the present president of India, Draupadi Murmu. Okay. All right. So as of she was appointed in 2022, and regarding Draupadi Murmu, she's the first tribal woman to hold this position. And importantly, she's actually the president of India. So president of India means she is actually the head of the state. Head of the state. So she's actually the head of the Republic of India. Okay. So that's what we can understand from this. Next one is Indira Gandhi. Indira Gandhi, again, a powerful leader. So Indira Gandhi was the Prime Minister of India. So Prime Minister of India, we have two important leadership positions are there. One is the President of India. So President of India is the head of the state. The Prime Minister is actually the head of the government. Prime Minister is the head of the government. Okay. All right. So she was actually the Prime Minister of India. Next, move on to the next question. This one is Margaret Thatcher. Okay. And she is also known as Iron Lady. Even Indira Gandhi was also known as Iron Lady, but Margaret Thatcher is also known as Iron Lady. Okay. She was also the Prime Minister. So Prime Minister means she was actually the head of the government. She was the Prime Minister of United Kingdom. Okay. All right. Next one. It is Sheikh Hasina. Sheikh Hasina, she was also the Prime Minister. Prime Minister or the head of the government of Prime Minister of Bangladesh. Okay, so another head of the government. Okay, so you might have got the answer. You can post your answers in the chat box also. Okay, all right. So you might have got the answer now itself. So here you can see that uh, these three, okay, B, C, and D. So they are actually the head of the government, or maybe the prime ministers, or maybe the former prime ministers. Okay, so Draupadi Murmu here it is the president of India. So she is actually the head of the state, and not the head of the government. Also, maybe in another way, also maybe we can pick the odd one out as Draupadi Murmu because whether it be Indira Gandhi, whether it be Margaret Thatcher, or whether it be Sheikh Hasina, they were actually the former head of the or maybe the former leader of that particular country. Okay, Draupadi Murmu is still actually the leader of the country. So anyway, we can actually whichever way you are actually choosing, you will get the answer as Draupadi Murmu. Okay, so all right. So the correct answer is Draupadi Murmu, and she is actually the first tribal president from India. First tribal president from India, and she's actually the second women president of India also. Okay, so earlier we had Pratibha Patil, so now she is actually the second women president of India. Okay, all right. Moving on to next question. Next question: which microorganism caused COVID-19 pandemic? Bacteria, fungi, virus? None of these. Okay, again, something which very important because COVID, you know, right? COVID is something which was one of the maybe we can say the biggest global events in the history itself. COVID-19 we call it as a pandemic. Okay, pandemic means something which has affected almost every area of the globe. Okay, so here what is asked here: which microorganism caused COVID-19 pandemic? It's something like I would rate it as a very easy question because you are the people who are writing this examination, so they all might have gone through this COVID pandemic. Okay, so obviously you might have heard this in the news also. So it's a correct answer. The options are bacteria, fungi, virus, and none of this. Okay, so obviously COVID is a virus only. Maybe if you want to increase the difficulty level, maybe they could have asked like what is actually the specific virus which is causing the COVID-19 pandemic. So if you that is a question means you can it is actually the SARS-CoV-2. Okay, SARS-CoV-2. So this is actually the virus which is specifically causing this COVID, which was actually the reason for this COVID-19 pandemic. SARS means severe acute respiratory syndrome. Okay, coronavirus 2. So that is SARS-CoV-2. So this is coming in a larger family of viruses known as a corona viruses. So it can include the various symptoms like the common cold is there, and also this kind of things are also there. Okay, all right. So viruses are maybe viruses are microscopic infectious agents, and they are not alive in this traditional sense. They can't reproduce on their own, and they need to infect host cell, and they have to hijack its machinery so that it can replicate. Okay, bacteria is not like that. The bacteria are living organisms. Bacteria maybe you might be knowing important diseases like bacteria, like tuberculosis, TB will be there, and maybe fungi is also there. Fungi, even it's some important fungi are also there, like the yeast, mold. So they'll also be causing the infections. Okay, all right. So the correct answer is virus. Virus is the correct answer. Okay, all right. All right. Moving on to next question. Next question. So, which city in India has the first underwater metro? Again, this is also a very important question related to this recent engineering innovation. So, which Indian city has first underwater metro? Again, this is something which is a very remarkable achievement for Indians. This was inaugurated in 2023. Okay, 2023, and the river is very important river. So, this river is Hooghly River. It is Hooghly River. It's actually a part of the east-west metro corridor of this particular city, and the city is, so we have options: Mumbai is there, Chennai is there, Delhi is there, Kolkata is there. Okay, so the correct answer is Kolkata. Kolkata is the correct answer. Okay, so it's beneath the Hooghly River in the east-west metro corridor. It's actually connecting two important cities. One is Howrah, and another one is the Salt Lake. So these are the two important uh, cities which are being connected by this. Okay, so this underwater tunnel is actually running for about 520 meters, and it's actually built 33 meters below the riverbed. Okay, so this is something which is a very remarkable engineering marvel, and it's actually the first of the kind in India. Okay, it's a very complex and rich, risky achievement which we have done. Okay, regarding the other cities, Delhi is having a metro, Chennai is having a metro, Mumbai is also having a metro, but still, this underwater metro is actually from uh, this Kolkata. Okay, so correct answer is D, Kolkata. Okay, all right. Moving on to next question. Okay, so correct answer is Kolkata. All right, moving on to next question. Which of the following freedom fighters served a jail term in Andaman Cellular Jail? V.D. Savarkar, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Rajguru, Subhash Chandra Bose. Okay, so which of the following freedom fighters served a jail term in the Andaman Cellular Jail? Okay, all right. Again, Andaman Cellular Jail is also having a very interesting name, that is Kala Pani. Kala Kalapani. Okay, during the British time, it was known as a Kalapani. It's basically a colonial prison in the late 19th century. Andaman, right? It's little isolated from the India. So it was specifically designed to isolate and break the spirit of Indian freedom fighters. So that if you're putting them in Kalapani, mostly they won't be able to see anything else. So that kind of a situation will be arising. So that is Kala Pani. Okay, and it had different wings were also there, seven wings shaped like the spokes of the wheel. So each prisoner was kept in a solitary confinement. So usually, right, sometimes prisoners will be kept together. And in one prison itself, they will be kept together. But here it is like every prisoner will be having his own what his own cell will be there. Okay, so isolated, completely isolated. Okay, so here the correct answer is V.D. Savarkar or Vinayak Damodar Savarkar. Is a very prominent revolutionary, and he was sentenced to two life terms. For two life term means it's actually 50 years, and he was transported to cellular jail in 1911. Okay, so he was arrested. He was said to be inciting some armed revolution. Okay, all right. So Bal Gangadhar Tilak was not imprisoned. He was actually deported to Mandale in Burma. Rajguru and Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev, so they were hanged in the Lahore jail. They were not sent to cellular jail. Subhash Chandra Bose was under house arrest, and he was not imprisoned in cellular jail. And later Bose died under, I mean, like not known what circumstances. Okay, all right. So now today this LR jail is one of the important national monuments, and even the people visiting Andaman can also go and visit this LR jail. Some light and sound show and all is there in this area. Okay, all right. So that is V.D. Savarkar. Next one. So correct answer is V.D. Savarkar. Vinayak Damodar Savarkar. Okay, all right. Moving on to next question. So before that, let me introduce you to our new batch of B.ARCH. So we are actually having courses for JEE and NATA entrance coaching, and we have both regular. This is actually open for both regular as well as repeaters. Okay, so if you're interested to take the admission, you can call this number 8086 111 Okay. All right. Moving on to another important question from the history itself, modern Indian history itself. Again, Jallianwala Bagh is located in which city? Jallianwala Bagh situated in which city? Delhi, Amritsar, Jaipur, Lucknow. Okay, Jallianwala Bagh is actually infamously known for its massacre. Jallianwala Bagh massacre. Okay, so this is actually on April 13, the very dark day in the history of India, April 13, 1919. So thousands of men, women, and children, they gathered at the Jallianwala Bagh. So they wanted to peacefully protest against this Rowlatt Act. It was an act known as Rowlatt Act. Okay, Rowlatt Act. So Rowlatt Act means the Britishers can imprison anyone without a trial itself. They can actually imprison. Okay, so these people wanted to protest against this Rowlatt Act. So they gathered in this. Bagh means garden. Okay, Bagh means garden. So gathered in this garden, they wanted to protest. But problem is like they only had one entrance. So through that entrance only they have to exit also. So if that exit entrance is closed, means it will be difficult for them to get out of this particular area enclosure. Okay, so what happened was like without a warning, at that time this general was General Reginald Dyer. So he led the British troops into the garden. He ordered them to open fire on this unarmed crowd. Okay, and it was a very brutal firing, and many people were killed. Okay, even though according to the estimates, it's maybe 1,000 people, but still more than that much people have died. Unofficial estimates. Okay, so the city is in Amritsar in Punjab. This place is in Amritsar in Punjab. Amritsar is very much known for the Golden Temple or the Harmandir Sahib, which is a very important uh, religious place for the Sikh people. Okay, so Golden Temple, Jallianwala Bagh. Okay, all right. So this area was surrounded by the walls, and that led to this. Okay, later Mahatma Gandhi and all 1919. So later Mahatma Gandhi and all called for a nationwide strike, and maybe uh, other movements like non-cooperation. Everything was inspired by this the Jallianwala Bagh massacre. Okay. All right. So now it's one of a national memorial and one of the tourist attractions in this Amritsar, maybe the entire Punjab itself. Okay. All right. Moving on to next question. So this is Jallianwala Bagh, present memorial you can see here. Okay. All right. Moving on to next question. The Palace on Wheels. Palace on Wheels is related to which of the following? It's a luxury hotel. Is it a luxury hotel? It's a royal residence. It's a luxury train tourist. And is it a heritage museum? Okay. All right. So basically, this Palace on Wheels, it's actually a luxury train tourism. Luxury tourist train. Okay. Here you can see that luxury tourist train. So this was introduced by Indian Railways, and first it was introduced in association with the Rajasthan Tourism Development Corporation in 1982. Okay, so the idea behind this particular train is they wanted to recreate the grandeur of the personal train coaches. So earlier, this royal kings, you know, right? Earlier, the kings were only ruling this princely state. So how they were actually traveling the royal life. In the train itself, they'll be getting everything will be provided from the beds, from the dining, maybe everything, even the ballroom, everything will be there in this train. So the railway also wanted to recreate something for like, and even the prices are also very much humongous. Okay, and these trains they offer a say 7 night journey, 8 day journey. So initially it's through Rajasthan only, like places like Jaipur, Udaipur, Jaisalmer. So all these places will be covered in this Palace of Wheel. They have different itineraries will be there, but still mainly through Rajasthan only. Okay. All right. Even maybe you can check since you know this question. Maybe you can go and check other trains also. We have some other trains like the Deccan Odyssey is there. It's going in the southern part. Chicken Odyssey, Maharaja Express, Maharaja Express, and another one is a Golden Chariot, Golden Chariot. Okay, so these are the three important, maybe other luxury trains in India. Okay, all right. All right, moving on to next question. Next question, a very important event which happened in 2023. So where was the G20 summit held in 2020? Many things related to G20 was asked in various examinations. So here it is, where was the G20 summit held in 2020? It's a very easy question actually, okay? So G20, regarding this organization, G20 means group of 20. Group of 20. Okay, so that is G20. It's an international forum. So various governments, including India, will be part of this. 19 countries plus European Union. European Union, no, right? It's actually a group of countries. Okay, so 19 countries plus all the countries in the European Union will be there. Okay, so what is actually the significance of this is 85% of the global GDP. 85% of the global GDP. So all the 85% means only 15% of this money. It's actually the revenue which is being made by the countries. Okay, so 85% of the global GDP, the countries are part of it, and 75% of the international trade, and even two-thirds of the in world population is also part of it. India is there, China is there, major countries are also there. So obviously two-thirds of the world population is also part of it. So purpose is like different purpose will be there. Economic cooperation is the main purpose, but still nowadays is new ideas like climate change, digital transformation. So they are also taking into the center stage of this. Okay. All right. So 2023, it was hosted by New Delhi. Okay, it was hosted by New Delhi. It was India's presidency. Next year, it will be moving on to some other country. So it will be rotating. Maybe some other time, maybe after a long time, India will again get back the presidency. Okay, so very important event regarding, venue regarding this is Bharat Mandapam. Bharat Mandapam. So this was created as part of this, but now also they are hosting many other programs related to this. This is in Pragati Maidan, and it has actually made it into a new, very renovated in international convention center now itself. Okay, so the purpose of this G20 is leaders will be coming. The major leaders means prime ministers will be coming. For example, Indian Prime Minister Modi was part of it. US at that time it was Joe Biden. He was part of it. Rishi Sunak, he was a UK prime minister, he was part of it, so like that way. And ultimately they'll be whatever decisions they have taken, so they'll be giving it as an outcome, or maybe the declaration, and the place name will be also given. So here it is a Delhi declaration. So maybe question like Delhi declaration is associated with which particular event? Maybe question will be asked, and maybe you can write it like G20 Summit 2023. Okay. All right. So regarding other cities, here also meetings were there, preparatory meetings were there, but the main leader summit was held in New Delhi. Okay. Many cities were part of it. For example, Kerala was, Kochi was part of it, Trivandrum was part of it, or maybe even Jaipur was part of it. But still, the major leader summit happened in New Delhi. Okay. All right, moving on to next question. Nodally. Okay, here you can see that image. So why were the Nanda Devi and Valley of Flowers National Park designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site? Rich mineral resources, sacred religious significance, outstanding natural beauty and biodiversity, historical monuments and architecture. Okay, all right. So what is actually the reason? So the very important places, Nanda Devi and Valley of Flowers National Park, even this UNESCO World Heritage sites are also very important. Okay, all right. So why UNESCO has recognized them? So before that, we need to understand what is actually the location of this area. Okay, Nanda Devi Biosphere Reserve as well as Valley of Flowers National Park. So that is located in Uttarakhand. Located in Uttarakhand. Okay. So significance is they are the most ecologically rich places in that area itself. Compared to UNESCO will be designating sites which are very much important from the world perspective. For example, it should be unique from other places in the world itself. Okay. So that is a thing. So why UNESCO recognize them? Because many value flowers, like the name suggests, seasonal bloom of over 600 species of alpine flowers are there in this value of flowers itself. Okay, so that is very much important. And this Nanda Devi, regarding Nanda Devi, is actually the second highest peak. Second highest peak in India. Okay, and again, it's surrounded by a rugged terrain, and even the geography is also very much important. Like the deep gorges will be there, rich alpine forests will also be there, and again, the flora and fauna is also very much important. Like the fauna, snow leopard, musk deer, Himalayan black bear. So like that, the things which we will not be able to see in any other places. For example, snow leopard is something which is very much unique to this Himalayan ecosystem. Himalayan black bear is you'll never be able to see this Himalayan black bear anywhere else in the world. Okay. All right. So the correct answer is outstanding natural beauty and biodiversity. Okay. Outstanding natural beauty and biodiversity. There's no historical monuments and architecture. Mineral is there, but still, since the areas are protected, mining is prohibited in this area. And obviously, religious significance, it is not per se, it is not the criteria in which UNESCO is actually adding it. Okay, so correct answer is outstanding natural beauty and biodiversity. Okay, all right. Again, same question. Where is the Valley of Flowers National Park located? Here it's a little more specific. Okay, so Uttarakhand itself, we have two important places are given. Earlier itself, I told it is Uttarakhand is the Valley of Flowers located. So here it is a little more specific. Where is it located? Okay, Chamoli district, Uttarakhand, Kulu Valley, Himachal Pradesh, Manali, Himachal Pradesh, Nainital, Uttarakhand. Okay, so the correct answer is it is Chamoli district in Uttarakhand. Chamoli district in Uttarakhand. It's in the Western Himalayas. Western Himalayas. Chamoli district in Western Himalayas. And again, this also, I mean, it's very close to this Nanda Devi Biosphere Reserve itself. Okay. All right. One more thing regarding this UNESCO World Heritage Site. Every year, UNESCO will be updating the list. So 2024, UNESCO, we got a very important, one unique site that was a Charaideo Moidams in Assam. Okay. So keep this also in mind. Charaideo Moidams in Assam. And also regarding UNESCO, the sites are actually divided into two, maybe three category. One is natural sites. Another one is cultural sites. And another one is the combination of this, we call it as mixed sites. Okay. So we have maximum natural cultural sites. So that is 34 cultural sites are there. Natural sites we have 7 are there. Mixed we have 1 is there. Okay. Total we have 43 sites are there. Okay. So in that, the latest addition being the Charaideo Moidams in Assam. So this is associated with the Ahom dynasty. Ahom dynasty who ruled over this area. Okay, maybe you can note this down also. Like Charaideo Museum is the latest one. And another important thing is the last UNESCO World Heritage Committee session, that happened in India. Okay, so this is actually the first time a UNESCO World Heritage Committee session is actually happening in India. So that significance is also there. And we have got Charaideo Museums. Okay, maybe in few more months, another UNESCO session will also be hosted. That will be in a different country. Okay, hopefully we'll also be getting some additions in that. Okay. All right. Moving on to next question. Chamoli district. Okay. All right. Moving on to next question. Arrange the given dance forms based on states they belong to. Kathak is there, Kathakali is there, Garba, Kuchipudi. So you have to arrange it. Kuchipudi, Kathak, Kathak, Kathakali, Kathak, Garba, Kathakali, Garba, Kuchipudi, Kathak, Kathakali, Kathak, Kuchipudi, Garba, Kathakali, Kuchipudi, Garba, Kathak. Okay, so you have to arrange according to the states. Okay, so that too from south to north. Okay, from south to north. So this is all these Kathakali, Kathak, and Kuchipudi. So these are classical dances. These are classical. We have two different types of dances. One is classical dance, and another one is folk dances also. Okay, so these are the classical dances, and Garba is actually a folk dance. Garba is a folk dance. And Garba was in the news because Garba was recently added to the UNESCO's intangible cultural heritage list. Okay, so this is actually again current affairs related to Garba. So Garba is related to the added to the intangible cultural heritage list. Okay, so this was added as a 15th item. Okay, 15th item in the list. Okay, all right. So that significance is also there. Okay, now let's arrange it according to the states. Okay, so regarding Kuchipudi, Kuchipudi is actually the street dance of Andhra Pradesh. Kuchipudi Kuchipudi is actually Andhra Pradesh. Okay, Andhra Pradesh. So one of the classical dance forms known for its graceful movements, dramatic storytelling, and even the strong linkage to Telugu. Andhra means Telugu. Okay. All right. Next we have Kathakali. Next we have Kathakali. So Kathakali, it's actually from Kerala. Kerala in South. A very visually striking dance. Again, elaborate makeup will be there, costumes will be there, facial expressions will also be there, and mostly it will be telling the stories from Ramayana and Mahabharata. Okay. Next we have Kathak. Okay, let's finish all K. Kathak. So Kathak is actually the important dance which is originated from Uttar Pradesh or maybe the northern belt. Okay, so Kuchipudi, Kathak, it's in the sorry, Kuchipudi and Kathakali, it's in the southern belt. Kathak is from the northern belt. So again, very importantly, the significance is like the rhythmic foot movements and even the spin is also there. Okay, and another thing is it's having both Hindu tradition and even the Islamic tradition which are brought by the Mughal influences. So it's maybe we can call it as a fusion of this both cultures. Okay, so it's from UP. Next one, Garba. Garba is a very important dance from Gujarat. Gujarat. Okay, it's not a classical dance, but it's a folk dance only. Okay, this is usually performed during the Navaratris traditionally, and Navaratri related to goddess Durga. So it's related. Okay, now you can arrange it accordingly. Okay, so from starting from south to north. Okay, so Kerala, the southernmost is Kerala will be coming. Okay, so Kathakali, and after that, moving on to the north, it will be Andhra Pradesh will be there. Okay, so after that, Garba, Andhra Pradesh, Kathak will be there, and after that, sorry, Andhra Pradesh, Kuchipudi will be there, and after that, we have Garba. Garba is in the Garba is in Gujarat. Okay, so after that, moving on to top, we have Kathak, that is UP. Okay, that will be there. So the correct answer is Kathakali, Kuchipudi, Garba, Kathak. Okay, so here you can see the elaborate costumes of these places. Next one. Which among the following cities is not associated with Gandhiji? Okay, Mahatma Gandhi. Not associated with Mahatma Gandhi. So we have four cities are there: Sabarmati, Wardha, Champaran, Lucknow. Okay, we'll see what is the association. So regarding Sabarmati, Sabarmati is actually home to the famous Sabarmati Ashram. Sabarmati Ashram. So this is in Gujarat. Sabarmati Ashram in Gujarat. So is it associated with Gandhi? Yes, it's associated because Sabarmati Ashram, Gandhi lived here for many years. And you might have heard regarding the Salt March or the Dandi March. So Gandhi started the Salt March from Sabarmati Ashram only. Okay, and he went to Danti to make the salt. Obviously, so this is associated with Gandhi. So question is, which is not associated with Gandhi. Next one is Wardha. Wardha is in Maharashtra. Wardha is in Maharashtra. Okay. So Wardha also he has an ashram that is a Sevagram ashram. Sevagram, Sevagram ashram in Wardha. So again, this also became Gandhi's residence in the later years, and he held a lot of important meetings with the Congress leaders here. Wardha session and all we have Congress session. Okay. So this is also associated with Gandhi. Okay. Next one is Champaran. Champaran is in Bihar. Champaran. Okay, this is also very much associated with Gandhi because Gandhi was in South Africa. So he came back to India, and after that he didn't do nothing much political activity for 1 year. So this was actually the first major political event, or maybe the first major satyagraha of Gandhi that happened in 1917. He came to India in 1915, but 1917 associated with Champaran. Okay, so he fought for these indigo farmers who were exploited by the British planters. Okay, so after this only Gandhi became a mass leader. Okay, so Champaran. So this is also associated with Gandhi. So which is not associated with Gandhi, it is only now itself we got the option. But Lucknow is not directly associated with Gandhi. Even every place in India is somehow associated with Gandhi, but compared to the others, it's not specifically associated with Gandhi. Okay, so other leaders like Jawaharlal Nehru, his father Motilal Nehru, they had strong political links to this political developments in Lucknow. Okay, but Gandhi was not directly associated with this Lucknow. Okay, and even later this both Sabarmati and Sevagram, I mean, they are also preserved as national heritage sites. Now also they are attracting a lot of visitors and researchers from all over the world. Okay, all right, moving on to next question. Again, these are the ashrams, Sevagram and Sabarmati. Okay. All right. Next one. Among the following, who competed against Donald Trump in 2024 US presidential elections? Okay, 2024 was a presidential election. Even in India, also we had a election. The parliamentary elections happened in 2024. Okay, so who competed against Donald Trump in 2024 election? So Donald Trump was actually a person from a Republican Party. Two important parties are there in US. One is a Democrats, and another one is a Republican Party. Okay, so who was actually the Democratic candidate? So that is actually the questions here. Okay, so initially Joe Biden. Joe Biden was actually the earlier before Donald Trump. Joe Biden was a U.S. president. Okay, so he wanted to go with the second term. So that's why he initially he nominated himself as a prime minister candidate. Sorry, the president candidate of U.S. So this was actually the 47th U.S. presidential election. 47th US presidential elections. But later, due to various concerns like his health, his age, and even coupled with the low polling and approval numbers, so slowly Biden withdrew himself from the race on in the later phase of this 2024. So after that, during his term, Vice President was Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris was a Vice President. So Kamala Harris became the replacement of Joe Biden. Okay, so she got the approval numbers, and later she became the rival or maybe the candidate who was what opposite of uh, Donald Trump, and ultimately Donald Trump won. Ultimately Donald Trump won, and he became the 47th president of United Nations. Okay, so here the correct answer is Kamala Harris. Option A, Kamala Harris. Okay, all right. So this is Kamala Harris versus Donald Trump. Okay. All right, moving on to next question. A very basic question, but still now also might some people might be confused with it because recently we had some alterations in. It's a very basic question which every Indian should be knowing. So how many states are there in India? How many states are there in India? Okay. So you need to know that India is actually having some basic things. You might be knowing all these things. India is actually divided into just yeah, India is actually divided into we have states as well as union territories are also there. We call it as UTs or union territories. So these are states will be having a chief minister. Chief minister will be there. State government will also be there. Union territories will be directly. Most of them will be directly administered from the central government. Okay, directly under the central government. Some union territories like Puducherry and Delhi, they are having legislative assembly and a chief minister, but still they are also having high central control. Okay. All right. So why this confusion? We can rule out this 30 and 31 because we never had 30 states, 31 states or 30 states. Okay. All right. So yeah. 2010, 2019, Jammu Kashmir was a state. Till 2019, Jammu Kashmir was a state. Okay. So at that time, we had 29 states with it. So through an act of the parliament, Jammu Kashmir was reorganized into two union territories. Okay. Jammu Kashmir was reorganized into two entry. One is Jammu Kashmir itself, another one is Ladakh. Another one was Ladakh. Okay, so Jammu Kashmir with a legislature and Ladakh without a legislature. So as of after that, the number reduced from 29 to 28. 29 to 28, and obviously one more union territory is coming, right? So obviously, or maybe two more union territories coming. So the number increased to eight. Okay, so we have eight union territories and 28 states are there. Okay, so this is actually the thing. Okay, states means like Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, so they are states. And the eight union territories, it's shortly I'll tell. We have Delhi, we have Puducherry, Chandigarh is it, Andaman and Nicobar Islands is it, Ladakh is a union territory, and Jammu Kashmir obviously, and Daman and Diu and Dadra and Nagar Haveli. Though they are actually combined together. Daman and Diu and Dadra and Nagar Haveli. Earlier they were two union territories. Now they are combined together to form a single union territory. And also we have Lakshadweep. So like that we have eight union territories and 28 states are also there. So this is actually the statistics as of 2025. Okay. All right. Moving on to next question. Okay. You can see the map of India. So here you can see that how Jammu and Ladakh has been. Earlier, this was actually a single unit. So now they have divided it, and now Jammu and Kashmir is a separate union territory. Ladakh is a separate union territory. Okay, so 28 states, 8 union territories. All right, moving on to next question. What is the capital of Andhra Pradesh? Very basic question. What is the capital of Andhra Pradesh? But still, it might be a little complicated because earlier Andhra and Telangana. Present day Andhra and Telangana, they were actually a single state. Later, the state was bifurcated and to form Andhra as a separate state and Telangana separately. So before Andhra Pradesh capital was Hyderabad. Hyderabad was actually the capital of combined Andhras capital. Okay, but after that, Hyderabad became part of Telangana and it became the capital of Telangana state. Okay, so after that, what happened? Hyderabad won the capital. Okay, so they started looking for a city which they can develop as a capital. Okay, so and they choose Amaravati. They choose Amaravati as a capital. Okay, all right. So this, yeah, you can see Amaravati as a capital. Okay, so here it is. You can see Amaravati. Earlier it was Hyderabad was a capital, so now it is Amaravati is a capital. To this actually the status of 2025 because Amaravati the bifurcation happened during the period of Chandrababu Naidu. Chandrababu Naidu. So later he was out of the power, and later YSR Congress came to power. So at that time they were not in favor of this Amaravati as a capital. Later they maybe they suggested three capitals, and again Chandrababu Naidu returned to power. So again 2024 he swore into power, and he discarded the previous government's three capital plan, and he said there will be only one capital, and that will be Amaravati. Okay, so now the 2025 the government has initiated a 65,000 crore package for Amaravati Capital City Development Project, and they are saying that they'll be transforming this Amaravati into a people's capital. People's capital. So obviously, this will be the what the newest capital in the India itself. Okay, so obviously they might be developing it in a proper way. Okay, all right. Moving on to next question. Okay, so which of these is the name of the monument situated in Maharashtra, similar to Taj Mahal of Agra? Okay, Taj Mahal of Agra. Which of these is the name of the monument situated in Maharashtra, similar to Taj Mahal of Agra? Gateway of India, Bibi Ka Maqbara, Shaniwar Wada, Sinhagad Fort. Okay, so the correct answer is Bibi Ka Maqbara. Correct answer is Bibi Ka Maqbara. You can see how similar these are. Or maybe we can say that a cheap imitation of this uh, what Taj Mahal you can see in Maharashtra. Okay, so this is in a place known as Aurangabad. Aurangabad, but later they have renamed it to Sambhaji Nagar. They have renamed the place to Sambhaji or maybe Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar. Okay, so this is actually a mausoleum which was built by during the reign of Aurangzeb. Okay, Aurangzeb and his son Azam Shah. Sometimes related to Aurangzeb itself, this monument is we can see, but still we can say that Asam Shah, who was Aurangzeb's son, based on his compulsion, Aurangzeb was constructed this in the memory of Asam Shah's mother or Aurangzeb's wife, that is Banu Begum, Dilraz Banu Begum. So this is basically a mausoleum. Basically a mausoleum. Just like the Shah, even Taj Mahal is also a mausoleum. It was the mausoleum of Shah Jahan's wife, Mumtaz Mahal. Okay, so like that. And even it's a instead of bringing something new, they are actually copied the Taj Mahal itself, and they were not able to recreate anything which was close to Taj Mahal. It's a very cheap copy of this Taj Mahal. No grand, not grand as Taj Mahal, and just the basic things which showcases the Mughal architecture that really we can see in this place. Okay, all right. So Gateway of India, that's in Mumbai. Gateway of India, this is in Mumbai. Shaniwar Wada, this is in Pune. Shaniwar Wada, it's in Pune, and Sinhagad Wood, again, this is also near Pune. Okay, so this is what is asked here. It is Maharashtra, and this is in Aurangabad. Okay, all right. So the correct answer. Moving on to next question. Again, a logo-based question. Logos are also very much important for your exam point of view. So logo-based question. Very simple question. Identify the logo. It's related to which one? Olympics, Paralympics, Commonwealth Games, Asian Games. Okay, so you have to identify. So the correct answer is Paralympics. Correct answer is Paralympics. Paralympics is an international sport event like Olympics, but athletes will be having some disabilities or maybe they'll be differently able. Okay, so Olympics will be hosted in a city. So immediately after that, in the same city itself, the Paralympics will also be hosted. So various disabilities categories will be there, including mobility impairment, visual impairment, people having cerebral palsy will be there. Again, and this is having actually a body which is governing all these things, that is IPC, for the International Paralympic Committee. Okay, so this logo, which is shown, consists of three agitos, three three agitos, Latin for I move. Okay, I move. So red, blue, and green. So these are the three colors which have been used here, most widely represented colors on national flags worldwide itself. Okay. All right. So this current design recently it was adopted in very not much recently, but still in 2024, 20 years back only. Okay. All right. So I'll show you the other logos also. This is Paralympics. Yeah, here you can see that. This is actually Paralympics. This is Olympics. Okay. The very famous five interlocking ring symbol. So this is actually representing the five continents. Okay. And the Commonwealth Games symbol featuring the regional variations will be there in this Commonwealth Games, and also Asian Games will also be. So this is actually the sun symbol. Sun symbol. Olympic Council of Asia's slogan. Okay, so that is sun symbol. Okay. All right. Okay, moving on to next question. Identify the logo. Identify the very simple question. You might have seen this everywhere. Okay. They have a lot of branches all across the country, and they, as of now, I think they have the monopoly in this particular industry itself. Okay. So by seeing this logo itself, maybe you might have seeing this actually resembling a eyewear. Okay. Eyewear. So this is where leading eyewear retail chain in India. So that is Lenskart. That is Lenskart. Okay, logo of Lenskart. So Lenskart is an Indian brand. It was founded in 2010 by Piyush Bansal, and later it became one of India's top eyewear brand itself. Eyewear means eyeglasses, sunglasses, contact lenses. Now they have more advanced technologies like AI-driven eye testing services are also there. Okay, so two things. One, it is resembling a the eyewear itself, and another one maybe an infinity symbol also we can see. Okay, so maybe vision beyond limits, that kind of ideas also coming. Okay, all right. Again, a logo based question. So you have to identify which logo this is representing. Okay, so this is a one. This is actually a logo of a petroleum company. Another one, this is actually a logo of a Maharatna company. Maharatna means a highly profit making companies. We call it as a Maharatna company, public sector undertaking. Okay, public sector undertaking. So this is BPCL or Bharat Petroleum. Bharat Petroleum Corporation Limited, BPCL. So this is a Maharatna company. Maharatna company means highly profit making company. Highly profit making public sector undertaking. Public sector undertakings, we call it as a Maharatna. So what is actually the purpose of BPCL? It's actually a petroleum based company. So obviously it is involved in the refining, distribution and marketing of this petroleum product. So distribution means you might have seen the petrol pumps, fuel pumps all across the country. And obviously it's a part of this, and headquarters is in Mumbai. Headquarters is in Mumbai, very key player in India's energy security. Okay. So regarding this logo, to stylish yellow circular shapes on a blue background. Okay. So it's actually representing energy, fuel, and the dynamic movement. Okay. So that's it. And again, you have to see other important Maharatnas as well as even related to petroleum are also there. One is ONGC, Oil and Natural Gas Corporation. Okay, another one is obviously IOCL, the largest petroleum distributor in the country itself, IOCL, Indian Oil Corporation, and another one is HPCL, Hindustan Petroleum Corporation Limited. Okay, so you can see this logos also, maybe all the Maharatna logos also, maybe you can go and check. Only few companies are there in Maharatna. Maharatna and Navaratna also we can see. Okay, all right. So that is from the logo part. Okay, so that's it related to this uh, question discussion. So we have surveyed the students and we have taken this question, the most repeated question which was asked in the entire NATA, the sessions which was concluded till now, most commonly. So based on this, maybe you will also get an idea regarding which all areas you have to focus on the future exams. For example, you have to focus on the history. What is actually the like related to Gandhi, related to freedom movement, all these questions were there. Also related to the what the current political situations like international politics, like you can see the US elections, maybe related to the Indian elections, maybe the recent developments like the Amaravati, the capital of Amaravati being again reinstated as the capital of this Andhra Pradesh. So that kind of recent political developments can also ask, and also obviously other areas like the medical field or maybe the little biology part, like that was also in the news, like related to COVID. That's also a very simple question was only asked. Okay, so basically you need to have a general awareness regarding, or maybe just basic newspaper knowledge is only needed. Other than this history part is a little more technical, I believe. But still, other than that, with the basic knowledge itself, you will be able to crack this exams. Okay, all right. So thank you and all the best. And obviously, we'll be coming up with more such sessions. And one more thing again, reminding you regarding your batches. So we'll be starting the new B.ARCH batches for JEE-2 and NATA entrance coaching. So we'll have regular batches will also be there, and we'll have repeaters batches will also be there. And if you are, you can visit any of our branches, or maybe we have branches at Trivandrum, Ernakulam, Thrissur, Kottakkal, and Calicut. We have branches out there, and also you can contact this number also 8086 111 044. And also please subscribe to our YouTube channel if you like this kind of sessions. We'll be coming up with more such sessions also, not just for GK but for other subjects like quantitative aptitude, law, reasoning. So for all these examinations we'll be having sessions like regular sessions like this also. Okay, all right, so that's it for today from my side. Thank you and all the best.